Arabian Nights, and the first of those nights was highlighted by the sumptuous Feast of the Collies. Distributors, dealers, and managers come from the far reaches of Tupperarabia to participate in the 1961 Arabian Nights Jubilee, Tupperware's annual sales convention. Over 1,000 salespeople will spend the next 4 days learning more know-how from top sales executives in the industry. Executive Vice President Gary McDonald starts the first Orlando Jubilee with...
Good morning.
Morning!
That is one of the most beautiful sounds in the world.
Captain Joseph Jolly, McCoy Air Force Base chaplain, delivers the invocation.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for all of the many blessings we are privileged to enjoy as a free people, a free country. Dear God, we pray that we might ever be mindful of the author and source of all good things.
The First Lady of Florida, Julia Bryant, welcomes Jubileers.
I come today to tell you a very fond hello. We here in Florida are so glad that you chose us, our lovely state, to make your home.
Colorful distributorship standards were carried to the stage of the pavilion, one for each distributorship attending Jubilee. Standard bearers were chosen from their distributorship based on highest sales for the week prior to Jubilee. The first speaker on the program is lovely Bess Myerson, glamorous star of one of television's most popular programs, I've Got a Secret.
Your eagerness for progress and growth is not only for yourself, but for your friends, for your company, for your community, and for your country. You become better women, better wives, better mothers, and better citizens. You have woven yourself into the fabric of the American way of life, and your thread really shines through. You're wonderful. God bless all of you, and thank you very much for having me here.
Highlight of the first Orlando Jubilee is the presentation of the Ad Astra Award, Tupperware's most coveted honor, to Joe Hara, Partywise Enterprises, Chicago, Illinois. Jubileers are told that a magic genie has the power to grant 3 wishes during Jubilee, but they must be guessed exactly right, or the genie can't make them come true. Excited Jubileers fill out genie wish forms, punch the time clock, and drop them in the magic genie gift box. Glenna McGinnis, food and equipment editor of Women's Day magazine, shares her knowledge.
The multiple uses that your products have, you know how fascinated people are, and they need to be told. Because if you give directions with things, people don't read them. I honestly think if you tattooed the directions for something on a woman's arm right here, she wouldn't read it.
Sales trophies which read, A Prophecy Come True. Second period sales goal, 1961, Tupperware Home Park.
Prophecy come true, and indeed it was, as Tupperware distributors received beautiful crystal ball trophies for top sales performance.
These are presented to your distributors as representatives of your distributorship, and they're on display at your distributorship as a tribute not just to the distributors, but more of a tribute to you, each and every one of you who were responsible in helping make this particular prophecy come true.
This gleaming brass gong was presented to Tupperware distributors Lois and Bobby Burns, Bobby Burns Incorporated, Greensboro, North Carolina, for being the highest over their sales goal in dollar value. A second trophy was presented to Carrie and Bruce Miller, Millell Sales, Columbia, South Carolina, for having the highest percentage over their sales goal. The Merit Award Trophy is presented to the ideal Tupperware dealer and manager each year. The Dealer Merit Award winner for 1960 is Nellie Jacobs of Pitt Sales.
Is from K-Mac Sales, Dorothy Morey. Dorothy
The Manager Merit Award winner for 1960 is Dorothy Morey of Kmax Sales. Your wish has been granted, as plaques are presented to Tupperware distributors for outstanding recruiting performance. Eight of the top 25 distributors in the nation are recognized at the first Orlando Jubilee. Gary introduces Tupperware's newest item, the Mix and Store Pitcher. These beautiful white briefcases with the Vanguard crest mounted on the side were presented to 5 of the top 10 Vanguard managers in the nation: Stella Dixon, Lillian Jans, Carmela Calcagno, Betty Schmidt, Marion Nunemaker. Members of their units accepted this award for Lillian Jans and Betty Schmidt, both of Partywise Enterprises. Hamer introduces every Vanguard member to Jubileers. Vanguard members were treated to a special dinner symbolized by this beautiful Vanguard cake. The show begins as Vanguard managers and their husbands are entertained throughout the meal. Look who's here. It's Tupperware's questionable quartet, the Uncalled For. The second morning, and from all over the southeastern and midwestern parts of the United States, Georgia, Ohio, Illinois, Alabama, New York, Florida, these beautiful Ford Fairlanes, presented to managers at last year's Jubilee, fill the enormous front lawn of Tupperware's international headquarters. Distributors discuss the plans and preparations for the last half of 1961. Business sessions such as these occupied more than 65% of Jubileers' time. In the primary class, Jubileers hear Sales Counselor Walter Bond.
Tupperware, we don't have to worry after we have made our sale. We know that our products are going to work and continue to work well. We have a product with Tupperware that we can demonstrate with complete pride, and a product that we can deliver to our hostess with complete confidence.
Mr. Sammy Spear, composer, arranger, and conductor. Sammy has a special purpose for being at our Tupperware Jubilee. Over 3,000 voices will be combined to record the largest sing in history. The original song, Jubilee, was written by Sammy in 3 parts. Weeks before the Jubilee, dealers everywhere began to rehearse a song their distributors had received on a record. At Jubilee, they found out theirs was just one part of the cross-country 3-part harmony. Sammy now asks for complete cooperation during the rehearsal and explains the recording equipment and procedure for a perfect take. Now let's rehearse as Sammy urges his choraleers to give it all they've got. Now the big moment arrives. At the second Orlando Jubilee and the Logan, Utah Jubilee, Part 2 and Part 3 were put on tape. All three were then mixed to make this sound. Beautiful diamond dinner rings were presented to winning distributorships in a giant recruiting competition throughout the country. 68 rings were presented in all, with 28 presented at the first Orlando Jubilee. Tribesmen enter the magnificent area to begin a night of nights. Jubileers fill magnificent banquet tables in preparation for the lavish feast. Fun night, the wonder of the ages. Over $50,000 in prizes will be given to exuberant Tupperware dealers and managers throughout the evening. So it is written, so let it be done. With these words, the largest outdoor banquet in history unfolds, as 100 brightly clad waiters serve the sumptuous shish kebab dinner on flaming skewers to over 1,000 Jubileers. These slaves, losers of the distributor's diamond dinner ring contest, fan the winning colleagues. Faster, slaves. A magic carpet signals the beginning of the journey to the lost city of riches and the beginning of Tupperware's Arabian Nights. Each of 7 Tupperware tribes, based on sales performance, must clear the road of one of 7 obstacles to receive exciting gifts. The Caliph's caravan carriers remove an avalanche of huge boulders to claim their prizes and clear the road for the top 25. Prizes include beautiful glass swans, transistor radios, and magnificent carving sets. So it is written, so let it be done. Red-hot coals present the second obstacle to caravaneers. Magic sand is poured on the glowing coals as the Caliph's guards swarm ahead. Cigarette lighters, lovely manicure sets, trumpets herald the Caliph's captains as they charm a giant cobra into a hypnotic state, removing another obstacle to the city of riches. They claim rich rewards left by previous travelers on the road to the magic city. So it is written, so let it be done, as the lights come on, revealing still another obstacle, sand dunes of great proportion created by the winds of the desert, impassable except for the courageous Caliph's couriers. Caravaneers delightedly dig in. For centuries, 40 thieves have plundered travelers lost in the desert. A puff of smoke signals the Caliph's consuls it's time for action, as vengeful caravaneers attack the sleeping thieves in Aladdin's cave and claim plunder of untold wealth. With the cry, "Close forever, O Sesame," the 40 thieves are sealed in the cave forever and ever.
Fire and smoke, this door shall be sealed closed forever. So it is written, and so let it be done.
It is written that the great spider of the gateway will depart and will be forever banished from its guardianship of the city if his web is completely destroyed. The chosen Caliph's wazirs assail the gigantic web with flashing swords and flashing smiles. The mighty gods of the City of Riches are angry with this intrusion and send out a torrential storm to drive the caravanneers away. In spite of the rain, the salt in Tupperware remains as dry as the sands of the desert. Undaunted, caravanneers return to the fun area the next morning for the top 25 gifts to be presented. 25 caliphs are instructed by Grand Prophet MacDonald to select sedan chairs that have a predetermined destination and to put on special magic turbans. Ruby Horwath, Arlen Sales. Sonia Cole, Virginia Bell Sales. Rita Clark, Goss Distributors. Ella Holloway, Convenient Sales. Gwen Farthing, Seal and Save Sales. Joe Dudley, Virginia Bell Sales. Merle Wiley, Lucy Ann Sales. Ann Rabatten, VIP Sales. Geraldine Levereau, Pierce Distributors. Olivia Mahavier, Engine Sales. Katie Morrison, Ellis Sales. Wilma Whitmarsh, Jones Central Sales. Louita Kessens, Ivana Sales. Pat Zimmerman, VIP Sales. Armina Miranda, Partywise Enterprises. Evelyn Caraway, Ivana Sales. Laureen Wayne, Seaport Sales. Ernestine Threet, Pitts Sales. Dorothy Morey, K-Mac Sales. Herbert Colley, Bobby Burns Incorporated. Elsie Long, Cindy Sales. Rose Harris, Virginia Bell Sales. Eva Graham, Goss Distributors. Alpha Molek, Shope Distributors. Phyllis Bisikursky, Damigella Distributors. Top caliphs unwrap their magic turbans to see which one contains the magical lamp of Aladdin. Sonia Cole, Virginia Bell Sales. She can't believe it, but it's true. The magic lamp has the power to grant her fondest wish for this beautiful 17-foot Flying Scot runabout cruiser, or this beautiful colonial fiber tile 16 by 32 swimming pool, or this gorgeous diamond and mink glamour package, or this magnificent wigwam vacation cottage. What will it be? Sonia rubs the magic lamp and the genie grants her wish for the wigwam cottage. Classes resume with Batten, Barton, Durston, and Osborne Account Group Supervisor Bernie Gross.
Path to your door. Well, friends, it just isn't so. Elias Howe invented the sewing machine, a boon to mankind, and he ended up a failure. He had a great product, but he didn't do anything with it. Then along came Mr. Singer, and you know the rest. Today, when you think of sewing machines, you think of Singer. What did Singer add to Mr. Howe's great invention? He added the selling magic of enthusiasm.
Jim Arch, District Manager of the Dale Carnegie courses, speaks to Jubileers.
So, I think we can all learn a lesson from the flowers and the bees. You know, when a flower wants to attract a bee, it doesn't criticize the bee, it doesn't cajole the bee. What does it do? It puts out a little nectar, and then the bee comes swarming to the flower without a bit of trouble.
Tupperware's Constellation of Stars. Dealers with top sales as Connie members receive special recognition at Connie Night. Connie members are introduced to Jubileers and receive their Connie corsage. Connie figurine is escorted by Gary and Nat as outstanding Connie members become living trophies. Dr. Kenneth McFarland, sales consultant for the General Motors Corporation, delivers the principal address.
We've got a job to do. So I say to you, go out and sell Tupperware, but also sell America. Sell Tupperware with your left hand. I'll make you a promise. If you will sell Tupperware with your left hand and sell America with your right hand, you will sell more Tupperware with the left hand than you ever sold with both hands before. I've had a wonderful time with you, and you've been lovely indeed to me. You always are. I congratulate you in being in the vitally important business of selling. The influential, changing, dynamic business of selling. The gas and oil of this vehicle that we call the free enterprise system. I congratulate you in being in the leadership position of selling at such a magnificent time as this, when selling is so vitally important, so utterly necessary to the successful functioning of the free enterprise system, when the free enterprise system itself is on trial to show to the world that it's better than anything else ever devised by man. That's your challenge and that's your opportunity, and I congratulate you on it.
Jubileers were delighted to hear for the first time the Tupperware Alma Mater, as sung by the Orange Blossom Chorus, directed by Stan Harris.
And the third clue was, you'll save your money, travel and work when you want to visit the soda jerk, and the item is a home soda fountain.
Your wish has been granted. The Magic Genie began the fourth day of Jubilee by presenting Pat Martin, Lucy Ann Sales, with her wonderful wish for a complete home soda fountain. Pat's husband Tom shares her happiness. It's back to classes as Jubileers hear from Edgar J. Forio, Senior Vice President of the Coca-Cola Company.
Because a complaint to me is a very important sales opportunity. You think that when a company gets sufficiently big, that when one customer complains, why, that don't matter. He never will be missed. But if that were the attitude, that would show that the attitude of the company was wrong.
The Genie's at it again as Joyce Kem, Hit Sales, has her wish granted for a stereophonic jukebox. Joyce and Gary roll out the barrel to the delight of Jubileers.
Something which will remind you that at this, the first of the 1961 Arabian Nights Jubilee, you were one of the top 25 unit managers with one of the top 25 units, and this will be your trophy. And isn't it pretty?
Hamer presents a beautiful trophy to each top unit manager for their combined unit accomplishments. Your wish has been granted. A complete home gymnasium goes to Beverly Graves, Suwannee Sales, as the Genie makes more magic. What a thrill as Beverly tries out the exercise bicycle. That's one way to learn the twist. Manager of Central Purchasing, Don Fuhr, speaks to the postgraduate class.
Hostess at your party planning call and at her party sells more effectively than 1,000 pictures. Show hostess gifts and sell their benefits to your customers. Help them to visualize your hostess gifts in their own homes being used and displayed. How well you date and how successfully you sell depends to a large extent on how skillfully you use the hostess gifts available through you to your customers. Hostess gifts build your business.
Commencement, signifying the end of 4 wonderful days of Jubilee. Gary and Hamer present diplomas and congratulations to graduates of both the primary and postgraduate classes.
We here on the stage look forward to continue to have you to work for and with, and will do our part to make this the greatest company in the world. We have often said that ours is a we company, because our success must continue to be a joint and cooperative effort. Look to your side, for we must never forget that walking side by side is our greatest asset. And in Tupperware, you never walk alone. As you turn homeward, may the stars guide you and the sun shine brightly on your path. May God go ahead of you and make safe your journey home. Good night, and thank you for being you.
Blazing fireworks signify the end of our journey to Tupperware and the finale of the 1961 Arabian Nights Jubilee.